Cześć, witamy na kolejnej lekcji języka angielskiego. I cóż, jako pilny uczeń sobie odpisuję te lekcje do zeszytu. Jako że mamy poziom Book 6, czyli B2, to już tam wszystko ma znaczenie i trzeba pilnie się uczyć. No i staram się odpowiadać tak, jak jest w książce, ponieważ wtedy buduję takie zdania, których normalnie bym nie powiedział. I taki nowy kontekst tych wyrazów, co jest w sumie najważniejsze, żeby potrenować drugi, trzeci kontekst tych nowych wyrazów. Okay, so we're going to start.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
So we're going to start with revision of Unit 22 and new lesson Unit 23. So tell me like 5 words you remember from last class.
From last class.
Unit 21, Unit 22.
Weep. Weeping willow.
Excellent.
Weaker, okay, and one more is slippery, slope. Slippery slope.
Excellent, very good, nice. So we started with Unit 22 again. B.
B, pszczoła.
Swell, swelled, swollen.
Swollen, przełykać.
Excellent. Swelling.
Swelling, opuchlizna.
Excellent, very good. Sting, stunk, stunk.
Sting, żądlić.
Excellent. Sting.
Sting, żądło.
Very good. Why do we say the bees sting and mosquitoes bite?
We say bees sting because they have a sting, and mosquitoes bite because they don't have a sting.
Excellent, very good. What are the things we like and dislikes about bees?
We like about bees that they produce honey, and dislike because they sting.
And we dislike them because they sting. Very
yes.
good. They sting us.
Us.
Very good. When can it be extremely dangerous to be stung by a bee? When can it be extremely dangerous to be stung by a bee?
It could be extremely dangerous to be stung by a bee when you are allergic to bee stings.
Excellent.
And when
Stings.
when a bee sting you in on a tongue.
On your tongue. Very good. Excellent. Why?
Because then you will have problems to swallow.
Yeah, problems to swallow. If you're allergic.
You may have serious problems.
Yeah, so there's health issues, probably. Excellent, very good. If you wanted to reduce the swelling, would it be a good idea to use ice or a cold compress? If you wanted to reduce swelling, would it be a good idea to use ice or a cold compress?
If I would like to reduce swelling, it would be good to use a cold compress
Or ice.
Ice.
Both are fine.
Ice and wet, cold compress.
Yeah, very good, excellent. Must you remove the sting before putting on a compress?
Yes, it's good to remove a sting. You must remove a sting
Definitely.
before you put a cold compress.
Excellent, very good. Very good. If you lowered the cost of production, could your profits swell? If you lowered your cost of production, could your profits swell?
Yes, if I reduce if I lower the cost of production, my profits may
May swell.
Swell.
Very good. What could cause the swelling of an eye? What could cause the swelling of an eye? An eye.
Okay. A swelling of an eye may cause a punch.
Maybe caused by.
May be caused by a punch.
A punch or
a sting.
Excellent, very good. So sting, stung, stung. Again.
Sting, stung, pobudzić,
Excellent.
The good. Szczypać, sting. Dociąć komuś. Okej. Dociąć komuś, pobudzić, szczypać. Okej.
Excellent. Infamous.
Infamous, niepopularny.
Excellent. What vegetable is infamous for making most people's eyes sting when they peel it?
Onion is infamous for making people's eyes
Sting.
when they peel it.
Excellent. Very good. Do you easily bear the stinging feeling of iodine on a scratch? Do you easily bear the stinging feeling of iodine on a scratch?
Yes, I easily bear the stinging feeling of iodine on the scratch.
Excellent, very good. Have you ever been stung by someone's criticism or remark?
Yes, I've ever been stung by somebody's criticism.
What did that person say?
The person said that I'm stupid, that I'm a monster. And
that was so wrong.
Monster.
Yeah, that was so wrong. Can harsh words sometimes sting us into action?
Yes, some words sometimes may sting us to an action.
Into an action, very good. Do you know any Italian food producers who are famous for a very poor quality of products?
No, I don't know any Italian food producers who are known for their infamous for their
very poor
food quality.
Quality of their products.
Quality of their products.
Excellent, very good. Chest.
Chest, klatka piersiowa, skrzynia.
Kufer. Cupboard.
Cupboard, credence.
Very good. Stethoscope.
Stethoscope. Stetoskop. Coś tam do mierzenia. Stetoskop. Słuchawki do osłuchiwania pacjenta.
No, okay, excellent. How does a doctor check the lungs? How does a doctor check the lungs?
Doctors check the lungs by putting a stethoscope on the patient's chest.
And listening?
And listening what's going on there.
On how you breathe.
How you breathe.
Very good. What can chest pains be a sign of?
A chest pain can be sign of a heart attack.
What kind of things did they keep in the chest in the past?
They kept treasures, jewelry in a chest in the past.
Excellent. What do we store in the cupboard?
In a cupboard we store cups.
We store
cups.
Excellent, very good. Sweep, swept, swept.
Sweep, zamiatać, swept.
Excellent, very good. Sweep something under the carpet.
Sweep something under the carpet, czyli zamiatać coś pod dywan.
Or try to keep something a secret. Especially something wrong or embarrassing. How do we usually sweep dead leaves in autumn?
We sweep dead leaves in autumn by making a pillow into heaps.
Excellent, very good. Who's responsible for sweeping the snow off the pavement in front of the building?
The owner of the building is responsible for sweeping off the snow in front of the building.
In front of, on the pavement?
On the pavement.
In front of the building.
On the building.
Excellent. What things do people sometimes sweep under the carpet?
Unpleasant
people.
Things. People sweep under the carpet. Yes.
People sweep under the carpet.
People sweep under the carpet. Unpleasant things.
Unpleasant things. Okay.
Yes.
Embarrassing disappointments. Yeah.
Things. Okay.
Very good. Which part of the walls very often swept by heavy rains and thunderstorms? Which part of the walls is very often swept by heavy rains and thunderstorms?
South Asia is usually heavy swept by thunderstorms and heavy rains.
Excellent, very good. Have you ever been swept by the cloud during the sails?
No, I've never been swept up by a crowd during the sails by crowds, yes.
Yeah. Excellent, very good. So weave, wove, woven.
Weave, wove, woven, tkacz,
Excellent. Web.
web, pajęczyna, sieć,
Very good. Weep, wept, wept.
weep, wept, web, płakać formalnie.
Weeping willow.
Weeping willow, wierzba płacząca.
Wicker.
Wicca, wiklina.
Excellent. What are some baskets woven from?
Some baskets are woven from wicca,
From strips of
from strips of
wicker.
wicca,
Yeah.
okay.
Excellent, very good. What does a weeping willow look like and where does it usually grow?
It grows near water
Excellent.
and looks like stripes hanging down from a tree.
Looks like
down.
branches, long thin branches.
Long thin branches
Hanging
down
downwards.
downwards down the tree.
Very good. Why do spiders weave webs?
Spiders weave webs to catch insects.
Excellent. Are there any film directors that you particularly like for weaving complicated plots?
Okay, and stop. No,
Are
I
there
don't.
any
I don't know any
film directors?
film directors knowing for weaving
For weaving.
very complicated plots.
Excellent. Do you find that in some films the plot seems to weave forever?
Yes, I think in some films the plot seems to weave forever.
Excellent. Did people weep with joy when World War II was over?
Yes, people wept with joy when the World War II was over.
Excellent. Neat, neated, or neat, neat, or knitted? Neat, knitted.
Knit. Knit, okay. Knit, neat, okay. Knit,
Neat, neat.
dziergacz. Dziergacz, robić na drutach.
Yeah. Robić, drutacz.
Robić na drutach.
Wiązać.
Wiązać. Wiązać.
Excellent. The
Okay.
last one?
And knit,
Zlastać.
zrastać.
Knitted.
Knitted, okay.
Okay.
Knitted.
Very good. What do you usually knit from wool? What do you usually knit from wool?
We usually knit from wool, sweaters, jumpers, socks,
Especially for Christmas.
socks and gloves. Yes.
Very good. Excellent. Have you ever had a hand knitted sweater?
Yes, I've ever had a hand knitted sweater.
Is knitting still as popular as it was 100 years ago?
No, knitted isn't.
Knitting
isn't as popular as it was 100 years ago.
Excellent. What happens if broken bones don't knit properly?
If broken bones don't knit properly, they break them again
And
and knit back.
and put together
Put
again.
together.
Are there any ideas or beliefs that knit together all the natives of your country, no matter where they live?
Yes, there are beliefs.
There are some.
There are some beliefs in my country. They need all people
They
around.
need all natives of my country.
They need all natives of my country, whatever they live.
Wherever they live.
Wherever they live.
Excellent. Very good. For example, give me an example.
Beliefs of Christmas.
Or ideas.
Ideas.
Natives of your country. So it has to be particular to Polish people.
Polish people that they, I don't know, there are some jokes they only Polish will understand, so.
Like jokes.
Yeah, some jokes.
Or sayings.
Songs?
No, I mean sayings, like proverbs or I don't know, any sayings basically. Okay, excellent. So bow,
Bow, kokarda.
bow tie,
Bow tie,
excellent. Knot,
not węzeł.
Tie the knot.
Tie the knot, wziąć ślub.
Or, in English?
Get married.
Excellent. How does a bow tie differ from a tie?
A bow tie differ from a tie. The bow tie is
knotted.
Is knotted
In a bow.
In a bow.
And
doesn't hang. Yes?
And doesn't hang where?
Down.
Excellent.
Yes.
It doesn't hang down. As easy as that. A bow tie is more common than ties. A bow tie is more common than ties.
No, bow ties are not more common than ties.
Excellent. How many knots do you tie when you tie a tie?
When
you knot a tie.
When I knot a tie, I tie one knot. Yes.
Yeah. You tie one knot. How can women tie their hair?
Women can tie the hair in a knot.
In knots.
In knots.
Or
with a bow tie.
No, with bows.
Bow.
Like the bow at the end. No.
In a bow.
Okay. Or with a bow.
With a bow.
Yeah.
With a bow or in a knot.
In knots.
In
or
knots.
Or with a bow.
With a bow.
A bow. It's a it's a string like you. Exactly. Cocarda. What's the best age of a person to tie the knot? What's the best age for a person to tie the knot?
The best age for a person to tie a knot.
The knot.
The knot is
21, 20, 22.
26.
26.
Yes.
Excellent. Very good. So, unit 23, shoelace.
Shoelace. Sznurowadło.
Excellent. Undo. Undid, undone.
Undid, undone. Cofnąć i rozwiązać.
Excellent. What things do we usually tie in a bow?
We usually tie in a bow shoelaces.
Shoelaces.
Laces.
Okay, excellent. So before, can you ask me some questions with
yes.
with chest?
Chest. What things do you usually keep in a chest?
I usually keep in a chest. Let's see. Usually keep in chest earrings. And some small bracelets or rings. Excellent. Ask me a question with sting.
Stink. Okay, stink. And yes. To sting or a sting?
No, sting. You can
Sting.
use a bee sting or you can use.
Have you ever been stung by a bee?
No, I've never been stung by a bee.
No, okay. Are the bees in Africa?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
very many. Many
Many
there
different.
are. Yeah, there are.
Huh?
Not as many. We don't have many different types, but we do have one that makes honey. Yeah. Can you ask me a question with?
Weave. Weave. Okay. And okay. Does anybody in your family weave baskets? Yes. Or do you know anybody who weave baskets?
Yeah, I know
Yeah?
some women back home in Malta that weaves, like some women cooperatives or that weaves
Community.
baskets. Yeah, that weaves baskets.
Yes,
And sells them. Excellent, very good.
It sells them abroad or?
Yeah, and sells usually
in
foreigners love
Yeah.
like weaved baskets, those traditional weaved baskets in different colors. Yeah, and sell them abroad and to and also some locals. Last question, ask me a question with not.
Not. Do you ever knit your hair in knots? No, put your hair in knots.
Tie.
Yes, tie. Tie your hair in knots.
Tie my hair in knots. Not really. More. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't do it often these days.
Okay. Then you need very long hair.
Yeah, only unless I straighten it, because if I straighten it, it's much longer. If I use I don't know if you know it, if you use the iron to straighten it, it would like reach here. If it's straighter, because I can do it, and then if I reach there, then I can tie it in knots. Okay, excellent, very good. So we continue. Shoelace and undo and lead and done. So, at what age do children start to tie their shoelace?
I think at age 6 days or 5 they start to tie the shoelaces
on
their own.
Very good. Okay, at the age of 6. Do you lose your temper if you can't undo a knot in your shoelace?
Yes, I lose my temper if I can't undo the knots in my shoelaces.
Excellent, very good. What may happen if you walk in shoes with the laces undone? What may happen if you walk in shoes with laces undone?
If I walked in shoes with laces undone, I may step on them and slip.
And sleep, oh yeah, or fall down. Very good.
Fall down.
No, or sleep. If you can usually sleep, you either get back your balance or you fall.
Yeah, but rather fall down.
Yeah, or fall down. Muddy.
Muddy, błotnisty.
Slippery.
Slippery, śliski.
Slip.
Slip. Ślizgać się.
Okay.
Poślizgnąć.
Be on a slippery slope.
Be on a slippery slope means równia pochyła in Polish.
Okay, so to begin something difficult to stop, which may quickly develop into something bad. What are you likely to do when you're sliding down a slippery slope? Sorry, can we repeat the question? What are you likely to do when you're sliding down a muddy slope?
If I slide
down a muddy slope, what are you likely to do?
If I'm sliding down a muddy slope, I am likely to slip.
Excellent, very
down.
Good. Yeah, to sleep. Have you ever slept on a banana skin?
No, I've never slipped on a banana skin.
Excellent. Do you slip your shoes off quickly or do you undo the shoelace carefully?
I usually undo my shoelaces carefully.
Okay, carefully.
Yeah.
Excellent. When can a pavement be slippery? When can a pavement be slippery?
A pavement can be slippery when it's wet.
Or covered
with snow.
Excellent. At what age do most teenagers start to slip out of their parents' control?
Children usually, most teenagers start to slip out of the parents' control at the age of 13.
13, okay.
Every lesson, the age is lower.
Yeah. Why is it difficult to catch a fish with one's hand? Why is it difficult to catch a fish with one's hand?
It's difficult to catch a fish with one hand because it may slip out of your hand.
Yeah, they may slip out of your hand because they're slippery.
Yeah, and it's slippery. Okay.
Are you on the slippery slope to becoming an addict when you start taking drugs? Are you on the slippery slope to becoming an addict when you start taking drugs?
Yes, I am on a slope.
You are.
You are on a slippery slope when you start to take drugs
To becoming.
and becoming an addict.
Because you.
Yes.
Very good. What do parents order children to do when their shoes are muddy? What do parents order their children to do when their shoes are muddy?
Parents order children to wipe the shoe
On the mat.
on a mat.
Or
Slip them out.
slip them off outside.
Sweep them off. Okay.
Outside.
Sweep them off outside. Okay. Okay. Parents ask the children to sweep the shoes off.
To sleep them off.
Sleep them off outside or to wipe the shoes on a mat. Okay.
Very good. Excellent. Yield.
Yield.
Despair. Yield. Despair.
Yield ostrzegać.
Despair.
Despair. Rozpaczać.
Okay. Excellent.
Despair, okay. Ulegać, poddawać się i despair, rozpaczać. Okay. Rozpaczać.
So yield, you said
ulegać, tak?
ulegać.
Ulegać,
Excellent.
poddać się.
Excellent. Very good.
Yield ahead.
Be the despair of somebody. Make somebody worried or upset. Be the despair of somebody. It makes somebody worried or upset.
Be despair of.
Be the despair.
Be the despair of somebody. Być czymś utrapieniem.
To make somebody worried or upset. Very good.
Być czymś utrapieniem.
What do people do when they yield despair? What do people do when they yield to despair?
When people yield to despair, they are
sometimes commit suicide.
Yeah, they are very unhappy. Very unhappy when they yield, ulegać.
So when they yield to despair, what could they do basically?
If
drink
they
a lot, become alcoholics.
Go party a lot. When people yield,
become alcoholics. But that sounds nice.
When they yield to despair, they usually do bad things. Yes.
Bad things. Okay. What can drive people to despair? What can drive people to despair?
Other people usually drive people to despair. Yes, or maybe things, I don't know if things.
People,
when the computer break down, for some people.
Usually people are the ones.
The mobile doesn't work and it's.
Health issues, health problems like chronic diseases, money. Lack of money. Excellent, very good.
Bring to despair.
No, drive people to despair.
Drive people to despair.
What could cause you to despair?
Cause you to despair. To despair, okay.
Basically what could be the cause. But it's true. Most of the time it's other people. That was excellent. Excellent answer. Would you be close to despair if you were unemployed for a year? Would you be close to despair if you were unemployed for a year?
Yes, I would be close to despair if I were unemployed for a year.
Very good. When can parents despair of finding their child alive? When can parents despair of finding their children alive?
If they lose their child and then find them.
So parents can despair of finding their child.
Then parents can
despair of finding their child alive.
Parents can despair of finding the child alive when they lose
Them when
them.
they lose them, for example, by accident, or they've been kidnapped. Yeah, or something bad
Yes,
happened, or they made a fall.
Yes,
They
yes.
slipped from like this. If you live, for example, in apartments, no, they wouldn't survive. Most people despair and yield to all demands if their child were kidnapped? Would most people despair and yield to all demands if their child were kidnapped?
Yes,
Most people
most people would yield
to all
to
demands
all demands
and despair
despair
if their children.
if the children were kidnapped.
Excellent. Was there a student in your school who was the despair of the teachers? Was there a student in your school who was the despair of the teachers?
Yes, there was
A
a
student
student in my school who was to despair because
Who was the despair?
who was to despair.
No, the despair. The despair, like it's a noun here. It's used as a
noun,
noun.
okay.
Was the despair?
It was
The despair
the despair
to all teachers.
to all teachers.
Because why?
Was
Yeah, you
a
can say a
despair.
despair. Yeah.
was the despair.
Was the despair?
The despair. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, there was a student at my school who was the despair of all teachers.
Excellent.
Yes?
Excellent. Very good.
Okay.
Why? Like.
Why? Because was a
How was
problems
he?
maker.
He was a problem maker, knowledge maker. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. He even said his handwriting was terrible, but it's okay. We all have bad handwriting. That wouldn't make you despair. Diminish, reduce, diminish, reduce. Synonyms basically. Diminish, reduce.
Reduce.
Very good. So diminish, translate.
Diminish, pomniejszać, zmniejszać.
Excellent. Reduce.
Reduce, no, zmniejszać.
Mhm.
Zmniejszać.
Very
Reduce.
good. The parents usually diminish their children's achievements. The parents usually diminish their children's achievement.
No, parents don't usually diminish their children's achievements.
Excellent. Are certain natural resources diminishing rapidly? Are certain natural resources diminishing rapidly?
Yes, certain natural resources diminishing rapidly.
Are diminishing.
Are diminishing rapidly.
Very good. If you give up smoking, will you reduce the risk of lung cancer or heart attack? If you give up smoking, would you reduce the risk of lung cancer or heart attack?
Yes, if I reduce smoking, I would reduce.
If I give up smoking,
If I give up smoking,
reduce the risk.
Would reduce
the risk
of heart attack and
lung cancer.
lung cancer.
Very good. Do you have to reduce your speed when you arrive in town? Do you have to reduce your speed when you arrive in town?
Yes, I must reduce speed when I arrive
In a town.
in a town.
Very good. When do clothes shop usually reduce their prices? When do clothes shops usually reduce their prices?
Shops reduce their prices
During
the sales. Okay.
Or when they want to get rid of the
Of-
clothes which are out of season.
Okay, yes.
Mhm. Yeah. Usually during sales, and sales also happens by the summer sales and winter sales.
Mhm.
So it's the same thing. Exaggerate. Exaggeration. Exaggerate. Exaggeration.
Exaggeration.
So exaggerate translates.
Exaggerate, wyolbrzymiać, przesadzać, przesadzać.
Exaggeration?
No, repeat, przesadzać.
No. Przesadzać.
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 Yes, yes, yes.
Oh my
It's
God, I'm
easy,
not
easy,
repeating.
easy.
Exaggeration?
Exaggeration, przesadnie. Przesada.
Mhm.
Przesada.
Excellent. Very
Przesadzać,
good.
przesada.
Very good. Why do people sometimes exaggerate their illnesses. Why do people sometimes exaggerate their illnesses?
People sometimes exaggerate their illnesses because they want to stay home.
Yeah, to have a day off,
They want to have a day off.
or to have somebody's sympathy. Someone's sympathy.
Ah, yes, like
Yeah, you want somebody.
women and old people.
Ah, come on. Even men.
Yes, I'm so
The
weak.
The TV commercials exaggerate the advantages of certain products. The TV commercials exaggerate the advantages of certain products.
Mhm. Yes, TV commercials usually exaggerate the advantages of certain products.
Excellent. Can we say without exaggeration that Microsoft is the largest software company in the world? Can we say without exaggeration that Microsoft's the largest software company in the world?
Yes, we can say without exaggeration that Microsoft is the largest software company in the world.
Excellent. Do you usually exaggerate or diminish your achievements? Do you usually exaggerate or diminish your achievements?
I usually diminish my achievements.
That's not bad. You should exaggerate. What do the media sometimes What do the media sometimes exaggerate? What do the media sometimes exaggerate?
Media usually exaggerate achievements of the government.
Yeah, excellent.
Always.
I know, right? Very.
In all countries.
Or like now, with the pandemic going on. Yeah, scare people.
Maybe not this. No, maybe not this way. But they exaggerate how much they care and do about it.
Exactly, like they know nothing.
But
like
actually,
doing
they
nothing.
not really.
Exactly.
The real, if as one woman said
Yeah.
the truth, she was like fired right away.
Because they have to keep the news. People have to keep watching, be interested, be like, oh my god, I have to know. Yeah, because if it's platonic, nobody's going to watch. So they have to keep the suspense, and people get scared.
Yeah, they must lie to keep
the audience.
The audience, but maybe they keep the power of the government of each government.
Even the power, even the power of the government. Would it be a great exaggeration if you said you knew someone well, if you had only met the person once in your life? Would it be a great exaggeration if you said you knew someone well, if you had only met, you can say if, when you had only met the person once in your life? Here they wrote if, but it's fine. Would it be a great exaggeration if you said you knew someone well, when you have only met the person once in your whole life?
Yes, I think in America it's possible that a lot of people say that they knew
like they know somebody very well?
They know somebody very well, even if they met this person only for once.
Yeah, no.
It's not possible.
So it would be.
It wouldn't. It isn't possible to know a person well if you met this person only once in your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's an exaggeration.
It's an exaggeration.
Yeah, definitely. I know. I don't understand. Twist off, cap, ankle, sprained. Twist off, cap, ankle, sprained. So twist off, cap, ankle, sprained.
Right? Okay. Twist. Przekręcić, kręcić. Zwichnąć.
Excellent. Twist off,
zwichnąć.
Odwikać.
Jest zwichnąć?
Odwikać.
Odkręcić. Okay.
Excellent.
So twist skręcić, zwichnąć. Twist obrót. Okay. And twist off, odkręcić. Okay.
Cap.
Czapka. Naklejka. What?
Naklejka.
Nakrętka. Cap, this cap, okay. Nakrętka.
Ankle.
Ankle, kostka.
Excellent. Sprained.
Sprained, zwichnięty.
Excellent.
Sprained.
Very good.
Yes.
The wires often get twisted. The wires often get twisted.
Yes, wires always get.
Often get.
Often, not
Get.
always. I think. Depends.
Always.
Always.
You can say always.
And if there is more than one, they are.
Yeah, if they're more than one usually.
Then, so wires are
Always
often.
get-
Often are twisted.
Very good. What do you have to do with the cap of a bottle to open it? What do you have to do with the cap of the bottle to open it?
I
Mhm.
have to twist it off.
The cap of the bottle.
I have to twist off the cap of a bottle to
To-
open it.
Excellent. What can you do if you can't twist the lid of a jar? What can you do if you can't twist off? No. What can you do?
Yes.
Sorry. I'm sorry. What can you do if you can't twist the lid of a jar?
If I can't twist the lid of a jar, I have to ask.
You can lift it. You can lift it.
You
with
can
a
lift
knife.
it with a knife. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, usually. Excellent. How do children
Or hit
usually?
against the table.
Yeah.
And then,
How do children usually twist their ankles? How do children usually twist their ankles?
children usually twist their ankles by
Running. Jumping
jumping
too quickly?
too quickly. Yes.
Yeah, because they're always jumping down.
Jumping down of something.
Yeah. Does a sprained ankle hurt a lot? Does a sprained ankle hurt a lot?
Yes, a sprained ankle hurts a lot.
Do you like sudden twists of the plot in a film or books? Do you like sudden twists of plots in films or books?
Yes, I like sudden twist of plots in books or films.
Very good. Do newspapers sometimes twist facts about famous film stars? Do newspapers sometimes twist facts about famous film stars?
Yes, newspapers sometimes twist the facts of about famous film stars.
Yeah, or celebrities in general.
Celebrities.
Very good. Bruce, nasty. Bruce, nasty.
Bruce nasty. And
So Bruce,
Bruce.
bitch. Oh, bitch.
One moment. Bruce.
Oh, bitch.
Bruce, siniak,
siniak.
obicie, siniak, stłuczenie. Okej, Bruce, siniak, stłuczenie, obicie, siniak, stłuczenie,
So
obicie.
nasty.
Nasty, jakiś taki
Groźny.
brzydki, nie groźny i nie... Nieprzyjemny, nieprzyjemny, jest. Nasty, nieprzyjemny, groźny, Bruce, stłuczenie, obicie, siniak.
Very
Okay.
good. Can a person easily get nasty bruises if he's inexperienced and goes snowboarding in high mountains? Can a person easily get nasty bruises if he's inexperienced and goes snowboarding in high mountains?
Yes, a person can easily get nasty bruises if
He's inexperienced
he is unexperienced and goes snowboarding
in high mountains.
into the high mountains.
Excellent, very
Yes.
good. What else can be the causes of a nasty bruise? What else can be the causes of a nasty bruises?
For example, falling down,
Falling off a bike.
falling off a bag.
A bike.
A bike, yeah.
Mhm.
Falling off a bike can be a cause of nasty bruises.
Yeah,
Yes? Okay.
definitely.
Falling off the bike.
Especially if you're riding the bike in like woods.
Mm-hmm.
Very bad. What do you do with the bruised fruit? What do you do with bruised fruits?
With bruised fruits, I make a juice.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Excellent, very good. Do you believe that some dogs may turn nasty for no particular reason? Do you believe that some dogs may turn nasty for no particular reason?
Yes, for us, particular reason, but there is a reason for some dogs. They turn nasty. To be nasty. They turn to be nasty.
Oh, so you believe some dogs can turn nasty?
Mm-hmm.
Are elder brothers sometimes very nasty to their younger sisters? Are elder brothers sometimes very nasty to their younger sisters?
I don't know about brothers, but I know that elder sister are often nasty to the younger sister.
Oh, look at you. No, elder brothers are also nasty to their younger sisters.
I don't know. I only know about younger sister to be nasty to older sister to be nasty to younger sisters.
Okay, what would you do if you had to take medicine which you knew tasted nasty but worked? What would you do if you had to take medicine which you knew tasted nasty but worked?
I would take the medicine if I knew if it was tested nasty.
But it worked.
But it works. Mm-hmm.
So how you take it rapidly? You swallow it quickly? What would you do?
I would just taste it. I would just
swallow it quickly.
Swallow it quickly.
Mm-hmm. So you don't have the aftertaste. Oh. Is it a nasty is it a nasty feeling to find out that we have been cheated? Is it a nasty feeling to find out that we have been cheated?
Yes, it's a nasty feeling if we find out that we have been cheated.
Excellent.
Okay.
Very good. So it's your turn to ask me a question. Ask me a question with despair.
Despair. Despair. Okay. Despair. Despair. One moment. To despair. Drive to despair. Yes, there was one, and another was somebody's. One moment.
Be the despair.
Be the despair. Oh, okay. Be the despair of someone. Are you currently the despair of somebody?
No, I don't think I'm any despair of somebody. I don't know, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Diminish.
Diminish. Do you always diminish your achievements?
It depends.
Like
No. Like I don't diminish them.
Exaggerate always.
No, they give me force to do more. I also don't exaggerate them. I don't diminish or exaggerate them. They're just normal. Yeah, like I haven't reached the tip yet, but I also don't diminish them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Exaggerate, it's a very big word. I wouldn't say exaggerate. Twist.
Twist. Przekręcić, obrócić, zwichnąć. Have you ever twisted your ankle?
I've never twisted my ankle. I actually broke it. Yeah.
Yes.
Like I was like running and I rammed my leg into a glass of a doll. It was like a doll made in a glass. And my feet went right into it, and it cut a part of. Oh, it did hurt a lot. I remember. Last one. Bruce.
Bruce. Okay. Bruce. What do you do with bruised fruit?
Bruised fruit. I cut the bruised part and then eat the
rest.
Bruised, yeah, the bruised part. Last one. Sleep.
Sleep. What sleep? Sleep.
Yeah, to sleep off.
Sleep off. Okay.
Yeah, something.
Have you ever slept on the snow? in winter?
Yes, I
Yes.
have slept on the snow for many times.
Many times,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay,
And
so
to
now we do reading.
Reading, yes, unit.
18,
Okay.
like our first unit together. Back to the memories of the first unit.
Ah, yeah.
First class.
First class was 18, not 16. Okay, 18.
Because 18 is the most.
Favor, do somebody a favor, headlights, be in favor of. Do you owe me a favor? No, I don't owe you a favor. Have you ever had to ask a favor of someone? Yes, I've had to ask a favor of someone. When I had to pick up my kids from their friend's birthday party, and so I had to leave work earlier. What's favor? What favors do neighbors often ask for? Neighbors often ask for such favors as watching over their house when they're away. Do we always let people down when we refuse to do them a favor? No, we don't always let people down when we refuse to do them a favor. Why should we always return a favor? We should always return a favor because otherwise people will refuse to do anything next time when we ask them. If you were asked at work to do something as a favor, would you do it? Even if it wasn't a part of your job? Yes, if I were asked at work to do something as a favor, I'd do it even if it wasn't part of my job. Which political party in your country has lost favor among the people recently? XYZ has lost favor among the people recently. What ideas don't usually win favor among people? The idea of raising taxes, prices don't usually win favor among people. Are you in favor of using headlights on cars all the year round? Yes, I'm in favor of using headlights on cars all the year round. Blade, pair. I have only one pair of hands. How many blades is a pair of scissors made of? A pair of scissors is made of 2 blades. Which part of a blade is used for cutting? The sharp edge of a blade is used for cutting. What things always come in pairs? Trousers, glasses, jeans, scissors, gloves, shoes always come in pairs. Are students sometimes asked to do exercises in pairs? Yes, students are sometimes asked to do exercises in pairs. What do we mean when we say that we only have one pair of hands? When we say that we only have one pair of hands, we mean we're too busy to do anything else. Or row, in a row. What do we use for rowing a boat? We use oars for rowing a boat. Which parts of the body take the most effort in rowing a boat? The lungs and arms take the most effort in rowing a boat. Why do some people always take back row seats in the cinema? Some people always take back row seats in the cinema because they don't like it when there's nobody sitting behind them.
Does anybody?
Anybody sitting behind them. Where could you see a row of cars? You could see a row of cars in a car park. How do trees grow in parks? Trees grow in parks, in rows, in parks. Has it ever rained in your country for several days in a row? Yes, it's rained in my country for several days in a row. Why do you think someone might go on holiday to the same place 3 years in a row? I think someone might go on holiday to the same place 3 years in a row if they were treated exceptionally well there. Chew, swallow, digest. A pack of lies. What are some people likely to use for chewing? when they grow very old and lose their own teeth. Some people are likely to use false teeth for chewing when they grow very old and lose their own teeth. Is it sometimes difficult to swallow when you suffer from a cold? Yes, it's sometimes difficult to swallow when you suffer from a cold. Why? Because you've got a sore throat. Okay, yes. Should we always chew food well before swallowing it? Yes, we should always chew food well before swallowing it. Why? Because it helps digest food. In what situations do you have to swallow your pride? You have to swallow your pride when you ask for a favor. Do some people swallow a pack of lies easily? Yes, some people swallow a pack of lies easily. Have you ever seen a film which was just one big pack of lies? Yes, I've seen a film which was just big pack of lies. What film was it? It was Super Size Me, The Day After Tomorrow. Random, at random index. Do students in the school answer questions at random or in turn? Students in the school answer questions at random. Are there words in the index of this book listed at random? No, the words in the index of this book aren't listed at random, but in alphabetical order. In what order should samples for a test be chosen? Samples for a test should be chosen at random. Do you organize your daily routine in a certain order or simply at random? I organize my daily routine simply at random. Stick, stuck, stuck. Queue, jump the queue. When are you most likely to queue? In traffic, in a shop, for the toilets. You're mostly likely to queue in traffic during the morning rush hour. Shopping during the sales, for toilets during a football match or a concert. What's the longest you've ever been stuck in a queue? The longest I've ever been stuck in a queue is 40 minutes. Do drivers sometimes jump the queue? Yes, drivers sometimes jump the queue. Why? Because they're in a hurry. Stroke, at a stroke. What animals like to be stroked? Dogs and other pets like to be stroked. Which comes first in a thunderstorm? The stroke of lightning or the roll of thunder? The stroke of lightning comes before the roll of thunder in a thunderstorm. Have you ever solved a problem at a stroke? Yes, I've solved a problem at a stroke. In what situation should people be dismissed from work at a single stroke? People should be dismissed from work at a single stroke when they drink to excess, they steal.
When they steal. Very good. So, closing off the lesson, tell me like 7 words you remember from new words you remember from today's lesson.
Exaggerate, exaggeration, exaggeration.
Excellent.
And diminish.
Diminish, excellent.
Diminish, yes.
Synonym to diminish.
Diminish is reduce. Yes.
Excellent, reduce.
And but the word despair.
Despair, very good, very good.
Despair and to be the despair of somebody. Okay.
Very good.
And yelled, bruises, a twist off,
Twist, excellent.
lead and jaw, twist, lid and ankle.
Ankle, excellent,
Yes?
very good.
Okay, okay,
Excellent.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, dziękujemy za dzisiaj i zapraszamy na kolejną lekcję. Bye, bye.